Conservative new media viewers and LA Lakers and NBA fans around the world. What's going on? It's me, PFV, Paul F. Villarreal, the NBA expert, and we're here to talk about the first interview that Lakers general manager Mitch Kupchak has done following the decision by Dwight Howard to leave the Los Angeles Lakers and sign with the Houston Rockets. Now, we will give you information about this interview in the video description below the video player, so you can go and check it out for yourself, see what Mitch had to say and what he's thinking about this upcoming season. But I'm going to recap it here and provide some analysis as I go through what Mitch Kupchak had to say. Number one, and you can see this in the title of the video, Mitch Kupchak said, quote, he was not shocked, unquote, that Dwight Howard left. That is something I don't think I can ever recall being the case for a free agent in his prime. That's a marquee, prime-time, big-time free agent. I can't remember it being the case that anybody, particularly somebody connected with the Los Angeles Lakers in the organization, was not shocked that an free agent of great stature decided to leave the Los Angeles Lakers and sign with another team. So I think, and I've talked about this in recent videos, I believe, I think it kind of shows you where the Lakers are right now as an organization. And what I mean by that is the team is an aging team. They're an old team. And secondly, now we're into the Jim Buss era. We are finished with the Dr. Jerry Buss era. Everybody understands around the league, and for many fans, how great the Dr. Jerry Buss era was for the Lakers. Title after title after title. Championship after championship. They knew Dr. Buss would spend the money to field a great team. But it's a different era now. And to be honest with you, and if you're a Lakers fan, you already know this, there's been criticism about some of the moves that Jim Buss has made. Jim Buss, being the son of Dr. Jerry Buss. And so if you're a free agent, if you're a player, and you're looking at the Lakers right now, it's not necessarily the most appealing place to be at because the team is getting older. You're not sure what decisions are going to be made in terms of coaching hires or philosophy of ownership or philosophy of offense, these types of things. So the Lakers used to be an absolute surefire lock at the top of most free agents' list. And that was clear. Everybody wanted to go to LA. Everybody wanted to go to Hollywood. And everybody wanted to play for the Lakers, pretty much. And now it's not as clear that that's the case. So to hear Mitch Kupchak say that he was not shocked that Dwight Howard left, I think is symptomatic of that. That reflects where things are for the Lakers at this period of time. And Kupchak went on to say, quote, we do feel Los Angeles is a destination spot, unquote. In the past, you don't even have to say that. Of course it's a destination spot. The thing is now, the Clippers might be a more favorable landing spot in the minds of some players than the Lakers are. The Clippers are better than the Lakers. They were better last year, and they're almost certainly going to be better this year. a lot of people would say that the Clippers have a better coach in Doc Rivers. Nobody that I can think of in the past would have said that Donald Sterling is a better owner than Dr. Jerry Buss, but that might not be true for Jim Buss. It might not be a guaranteed slam dunk that Jim Buss is a better owner than Donald Sterling. So Dwight Howard, I know, was interested in going to the Los Angeles Clippers, but apparently he didn't want to stay with the Los Angeles Lakers. And we've seen this. So it's a kind of a shift happening in the league and in LA. And what Mitch Kupchak is saying in this interview reflects that. And I think I respect Mitch Kupchak. He's a heck of a general manager by all accounts. And he's telling the truth here. He's telling the truth. And that's good. I mean, I think that's what you have to do if you're the Lakers. If you're going to make yourself what you used to be, make yourself a destination again, you got to be honest with people. You got to be honest with the fans. You got to be honest with the players. And there's some work to do for the Lakers, I think, to get back to where they need to be and where they have always been as one of the premier franchises in the NBA. Okay, going on, Mitch Kupchak also said that the team is not going to tank in the 2013 and 2014 regular season. And we know that. If you look at the free agency signings that the Lakers made, Chris Kaman, Wesley Johnson, Nick Young, they're not trying to tank. Now, I don't know how good they're going to be, as we've gone over in a recent video about the Lakers and their defense for the upcoming season, but they're not trying to tank. They're going to try to compete and see what they can do. And I think most Lakers fans expect that. I know that there are Lakers fans who would like to see the team tank so they have a shot at Andrew Wiggins or some other big-time names in next year's draft, but that's not what the Lakers do. That's not their usual way of operating, and Mitch Kupchak is saying we're not going to do that next year. Kupchak went on to say he's not certain when Kobe Bryant is going to be returning from the Achilles tendon injury. Now, if Kobe's out, say, for a couple months at the beginning of the season, well, the Lakers might not choose to tank. They might tank anyway. So we'll have to see about that. Kupchak is, of course, he's optimistic, knows that Kobe's working hard, knows that Kobe's going to be back as fast as he can. This is a very serious leg injury. It's about as serious an injury as you can get, certainly outside of the knee in the lower body. And it's not easy to come back from it. It's not easy to come back from it for anybody. It takes time to come back from it, but Kobe Bryant's going to be 35 years old in a couple of months. So as hard as he's working, he might need a couple. He might not be ready for the start of the year. He might not be ready until Christmas or something. And so I think Kupchak is smart to keep the expectations realistic around Kobe. You don't want to put pressure on Kobe to come back quicker. You want to give him all the time that he needs so that he's feeling totally up to speed when he comes back and comfortable with where his body is at. Now, Kupchak talked about not the 2014 free agency class, which has gotten a lot of hype, but he actually talked about the 2015 free agency cast that's going to include, I believe, Kevin Love, maybe LaMarcus Aldridge, and a couple of other guys. There's been a lot of hype out there that the Lakers are going to go after LeBron, go after Carmelo Anthony, those two names in particular in 2014. Well, it's been reported that LeBron supposedly has the Lakers as third on his list, a distant third, and it's also been there's a video by I believe TMZ talking to Carmelo Anthony where he said that he doubted he was going to sign with the Lakers. So even though LA is going to have a lot of money in the upcoming summer summer 2014 to spend on these guys, that might not be their thing. Maybe they're going to wait to spend more money in 2015 instead. And we'll see. I mean, we'll see how that plays out. If I had to make a prediction right now, I don't think the Lakers are going to get LeBron. I do think they have a decent chance at getting Carmelo Anthony, though. I could see that happening. Although Carmelo is in his hometown in New York, and, New York is a huge market, just like LA is. So it's not like Carmelo is going from Oklahoma City to Los Angeles. So we'll have to see how that works out. Kupchak also says that he hopes to have Pau Gasol back for training camp. Now, Pau Gasol had procedures done on both of his knees to kind of help with healing. And Kupchak was saying that I think he's spoken with Pau. Things look pretty good, but just going to have to see, and hopefully he'll be good to go at the start of training camp, which is about 2 months or so from now when I'm making this video. Kupchak also said that he believes point guard Steve Nash is 90% or better in terms of his health. We just saw Steve Nash competing in a charity soccer game in Los Angeles, and you'd figure if Steve Nash can play soccer and run around, he's probably feeling pretty good. Of course, Nash had his own issues with injuries last year, the most serious of them being, I believe, a broken fibula and some nerve issues associated with breaking the fibula. So hopefully Nash is good to go, and I believe that Kupchak feels that is the case right now. Finally, Mitch Kupchak said that he hopes that the Lakers can win a bunch of games next year with their cast. Look, as I said, my guess is that the Lakers are going to finish up around where they did this past season, 2012, 2013. Of course, the expectations are much different. At one point before the 2012-2013 regular season, the Lakers were co-favorites for the championship with the Miami Heat because they had the Big Four with the signings of Steve Nash and Dwight Howard. Of course, injuries really derailed that. That just never came to pass for several reasons. I think the main one, or one of the main ones, being the injuries to Dwight Howard, Steve Nash, and Kobe Bryant, and Pau Gasol for that matter, who had various injuries, I believe, with his knees last year as well. This season, 2013-2014, I've already said I believe the Lakers will make the playoffs. I think the top 6 seeds in the Western Conference are set. I don't know what order they're going to be in, but those teams look pretty solid. So it's going to come down to 7 or 8, and maybe 5 or 6 teams are going to be competing for those spots. I think the Lakers will get one of those spots the same way that they got one of those 2 spots in the previous season. I don't think they're going to be able to do a lot in the playoffs. I don't think their defense is going to be good enough. But still, if you're the Lakers have missed the playoffs only like 5 times in their entire history. If you're the Lakers, you'd like to make the playoffs. Although I know some fans would rather tank and have a better shot at Andrew Wiggins and other players, as I mentioned previously or earlier. But Kobe Bryant and the team, they don't want to do that. Steve Nash, he only has a couple years left. Pau Gasol only probably has a few years left. They're not thinking about that. They want to win and get to the playoffs, and if the breaks can go their way, maybe they can advance or get on a kind of a special type of run. My own feeling is that they'll win. If Kobe's healthy and they can stay relatively healthy, I think you're going to look at between a 40 to 45 win team, somewhere around that area. And as I said, I think they will make the playoffs, or certainly will have a very good chance to make the playoffs. If I had to predict, I think they will make the playoffs, as I have said earlier. Okay, so that's it. That's what Mitch Kupchak had to say in his interview today with the Los Angeles Times. Go check it out for yourself. Lakers fans, let us know in the comments below. What do you think about this? What do you think about what Mitch had to say? What do you think about what I had to say? Are the Lakers going to score big in the 2014 free agency? Are they going to get Melo? Do they have a chance at LeBron? Or are they going to wait for players like Kevin Love and some of those other guys? What do you want them to do? Do you want them to tank this year? Do you want them to go hard in free agency 2014? Or do you want them to wait to go harder in 2015 for that free agency crops? You let us know in the comments below. Thumbs up, thumbs down in this video. Once again, I am Paul F. Villarreal, PFV, the NBA expert. Thanks a lot for watching Conservative New Media. We will talk to you again soon. Hope you're having a great summer in the Northern Hemisphere and a great winter if you live in the Southern Hemisphere like Australia, South America, or Africa. Take care. Talk to you soon.